year, new things, okay? Um, Something that I like, when I go to the with the Korean Thanksgiving, it's nothing related with Turkey, okay? The Thanksgiving that they have is when they celebrate anniversaries or they buy a house or birthdays and everything, they get together, do a service like an hour, and then later eat, okay? So that's kind of what is normally about. And at the beginning, I was thinking like, oh, that's too much work. They already come to the church. They're gonna be like a 2.5 hours. Then they go over there, and then like it's too much. But in some way, I like the way that they involve God, okay, in another year of life. Okay, and involve God in the blessing that He have for them. Involve God in that. I don't know if all the kids understand, but at least the people who kind of do this is trying to get in the opportunity, to make a space and say involve God in this year, and what's gonna be next. For example, birthdays. It's really good to make a space, make a little parenthesis in our life, and think about what does God, teach us, in this year. Well, New Year's Eve is also like that. Even though I don't know why you take it, that you have a list of things that you want to do in the next year, or maybe I did that before, not anymore. That's like it's never ending. It's all gonna lose weight and read more the Bible and read more. It's always kind of the same thing that I try to keep it for the next year. But it's good that we could have a list of think about how was our year. It's a good excuse, to see like how this next year gonna look like for us. How was this year, the up and downs that we have in our life? How this affect us, or these things that we receive from the Lord is like, okay, what is next? Okay, what is next? And the New Year's is a good time to stop and continue. Really, I don't think this Wednesday is gonna be so different than right now. Like the weather is going to be a little colder or less colder than today. That's what's going to be. It really doesn't mean that the day is going to be different. I think, the kids, or at least, when you was kid, you prefer the first day of summer than the first day of the year, the 1st January. Because the summer is vacation, and then, then it's going to be 2 months, close to 2 months, to celebrate or do things or things like that. There's no school. But this one, no, they're going to be Wednesday, they celebrate, and then by Thursday they will be at the church, at the school. So it's like, so really, it's not about the day. It's not the day. The day is going to look like kind of the same. But the meaning that you could give to that day is to see how God helped me in this time, okay, in this year. Because it's easy for us to forget. When we kind of think about what is the last thing that you worry about, okay? Think about those kind of things that you worry about, and you don't worry anymore, okay? I remember, that I have one journey, the red journey. Last year, since last year was a year that I didn't, that the mechanic for some reason couldn't fix it, and I was like, I need to buy a new transmission. I know this, so I was worried about. Sometimes I couldn't sleep. Like, how can I, this? The other person have problems, with the opening, the place that he was working, and I was in the middle of this situation. It was a year till I could finally get my car, and finally, like, okay. So that's going to be okay. I don't want to worry anymore, at least not for that thing. But then this Thursday, this October, a deer, crossed, and then it crashed the same car. So it was a year without worry about that, and then they crashed. When they crashed, the car, so I wasn't that worried about the transmission. I wasn't that worried about anything else. I was worried about something else. So sometimes we have worry about things, okay? And then when they're solved, we don't pay attention. The next one is the most important. The next one is the most important. And yes, because God is going to put new challenge in your life. You want to put new challenges in your faith. You want to put new challenges that is coming also in this new year. So when I was worried about it and I couldn't sleep, and I'm thinking, right now I'm not worried about those kind of stuff. But there is always something. There is always something that is over there, kind of in our mind. So think about all the things that you was worried this year, and all things that God appear, and you not worry anymore. For some reason, you not worry anymore. Think about those times. But also think about those things that discourage you. Think about those things that you expect, have some expectation and doesn't really accomplish. Think about those times too. We want to go to that thing because the thing we want to read today is Isaiah talking to Israel or Judah about when they are in exile. So today I want to read Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. Okay, it says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing new things. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. The book of Isaiah, at least, from the 40 to the 55, it's talking about hope, okay? It's talking about hope. Actually, it's called, that is the book of comfort, is what they say. The book of comfort could be from Isaiah 40 to 55. It's in that one, they talk about the exile and also talk about the Messiah. So this one are hope for them because the place that they're being, it wasn't that good. It was a lot of turmoil. It was a lot of political stuff. It was a lot of fear around. So that's why Isaiah, prophesied these things so they could have hope. So in this thing, they say, forget the former things, okay? Do not dwell on the past. When they say forget the former things, he's saying more about those things who take us as, the lack of faith. Like when things that you expected and not happening, is when you're discouraged and you're thinking like, where are you, God? Okay, and when God does appear the way that you expect Him to appear, and you are kind of worried about those things, and you kind of like, what's happening? Those kind of things, they say that, forget about those things, okay? Not because that happened that year, it's going to happen next time. So don't stop believing in what does God could do. Because sometimes, we have faith in, or level of faith is in things that when you have a level of faith, it means things that you could believe that God could do. That's the level of faith. But over here, you're thinking, I don't think God is going to do these things. Okay? So we already have a level of faith. And each year and each time when we're growing, our faith and the challenge that happening make our faith to grow a little bit. To grow a little bit. Okay? What is the best challenge that you will have? Well, the next challenge is going to be the biggest challenge. Why? Because God, you already trust in Him, and you have the level of faith that you could trust in that. When I was in YWAM, and I remember, start a missionary, being a missionary. In the beginning, I don't have multi-support. The people see me in the church, and they give me, we say like a charismatic, hug. They give you a hug, and then they put the money in one hand, and then give it like that, and give it to me like, oh, thank you. And then I put it like this, okay? That's what I live. I don't have a monthly support. I was living day by day. I need to go to the church, to the two services, to have, where going to be, the money come from. And I was really worried about those kind of stuff, like about the financial things, like how struggles. And I remember, one time I was with talking to the Lord, and I was complaining about that. I remember in those times, the Jordan, it's tennis shoes, they call Jordan. I buy those one each year that they come. I worked with my dad. My dad was a mechanic. He gave me money. So the shoes, I already have shoes. And it was like in that time was $120, each one. And then I buy, each year I have my Jordans, okay? And nobody kind of step on it and I play basketball. And so for me, it was the big deal. I have a Jordans when I become a Christian. And those ones, I need to use it more than I have to because I don't have money to buy new ones. I don't have money. And I remember one day I was angry with the Lord, say, really, Lord? Really? Like when I wasn't serving you, I have a Jordans. But now when I started serving you, you don't give me the shoes that I want? Really? It's better before than right now? And I was angry with him. Of course, the thing that I don't understand is like I have problem, with the finances stuff. Okay? And he need to work with me in those things. But even though working with me in those things, I remember, that I was wanted to take care of those ones for the last time, but they kind of open, those ones, and I go and bring it to the shoemaker, to put some, like I trying to paste them, to keep going on. And I was angry with the Lord because I say, why? Like working with you is worse than not working for you. That was my mentality, at least in the finances. And then an uncle my uncle that he's living in another city, I went over there to visit him, and I say, hey, Lucio, I have a dream of you that you have shoes. Like, what? And he gave me $100, and he gave it to me for your shoes. Like, what? So then, oh man. So then I say, wow, he don't have to do that kind of stuff. He don't have to do it. I want to serve him anyway with shoes or without shoes, but it's good that he knows and he remembers the thing that we need. And the way, I don't know, maybe it was so stubborn, in that time. They'll give you those kind of little things in order for you to believe. So in that time, I don't have problem with knowing that he's going to provide for me. At least, and this is my mentality, that's a little bit faith, okay? In the faith that I have is, at least if I'm doing his job, I'm never gonna be lack of shoes. That's my mentality in that time. Then they come to another. They're gonna marry it. And they say, well, I think God is providing me, the shoes and the money, because I'm doing his job. I go on and preach, and the people accept Jesus, so that's why he helped me with this. But I want to get married. Married? I don't want to preach in my marriage. I want to say, okay, who want to accept Jesus, after the... No, it's something personal. So I don't think God is going to help me with that. You understand? That my faith have in that line is gonna help me if I doing his job. If I working for him, I'm okay. He's going to provide that. But if I want something for myself, something personal, getting married, he's not going to provide. I need to figure it out. So then I go and I talk to the leader. I was in Mexico. I need to come over here to get married. We're married here in North St. Paul. And I don't have money, to come. So then I start working in a friend of mine have a restaurant, a seafood restaurant. So he gave me the shrimp, and I peel the shrimp for him, and I put it in bags. He give me those containers, and then and then I talked to the leader, the YWAM leader, that this week I don't want to be there because I want to start peeling shrimp because he pay me, so I could go to Merit. That's the whole thing. So then I wasn't be able to go to preach, nothing. I was, since the morning that I woke up until the end, peeling shrimp. And then they give you like a little, those kind of watery, that, and I doing and bleeding, and I peeling shrimps as a crazy this last week. And then he gave me, I don't know, $200 for a week of peeling shrimp. It's more or less. And then I went to the church. And in the church, the person that I was over there come and give me those kind of little gift, we call the charismatic, hug. He gave me $300. And then when he gave me $300, and then I think, nobody saying, but I'm thinking like, wait a minute. This week, I didn't do anything for the Lord. I was peeling shrimps, in order for to come and have money, to come and marry. And without doing anything, okay, God gave me 1.5 more. And I feeling from the Lord say, look, if you do what I tell you, I'm going to provide for you. For the things that you need and for the things that you want also. Not everything, but in this case was the marriage. And we married, we finished. And I'm not worried about those kind of stuff anymore. But it's always something. So when we are experiencing with the Lord, you need to pay attention. What is those things that He's talking to you? Over here to say, forget the former things means those things that maybe give you a little bit of anger or disappointment with the Lord, that it doesn't happen the way that you think. And you was like, it's okay to tell Him. He knows you already think about those stuff. He already knows that you not agree with some stuff or disappointed, the way that you think He's going to appear or do something in your life. He knows already. So it's okay to you to say to them and say, Lord, what happening? Like me, and say, really? Not working for you? I have more money than working for you? Like, really? That's what it is? And they say, no. It's I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you right now how to value and how to do my will instead of looking for the money. You're looking for a week for the money, and look what you have. And when you look me, I provide for you. Like, okay. So that is kind of the thing that when he was talking to us, they say, forgetting the former things. What is those things? Those things to disappoint you. Those things that are not okay. Those low points maybe in this year. Okay? And say, do not dwell in the past. See, I'm doing new things. He's doing new things. He's doing new things in your life. He's doing new things in your family. He do new things. He doesn't stop working. And when we say, God doing new things all the time, it's because He's bored. He needs to do new things. The human or we as a human, sometimes we get bored with things that is normal. Okay, we want like something else. And the entertainment, you could see how the entertainment is right now. The movies, before the movies was around hour and a half, more or less. A movie was around hour and a half. How long? How is now? The movies at least 2.5, even 3 hours. Like what? I really take naps, now this time with the why, and then it's all filled up with visual effects. Why? Because they want to give you your attention. It's always more and more and more and more. In the cell phones, they want you to be in the cell phone all the time. So they show you, what you want, and then keep. And sometimes you get information that you don't need information, but you get information and say, oh, I'm more clever this time. But no, you're taking your time sometime. Not only that, but also in the education. Education is trying to see what is the best way that the kids can learn better, in this time. Or the business, also how to we have more revenue in the thing that we do, and always new things. Okay, the military. What can I say about it? When you see something in the news that is this plane do, or these guns, or this whatever, what they say is unbelievable. When you see that in the news, the thing that you don't see is much newer. Is when you get something already and you see it in the news, it's because they can't hide anymore. But they already have things already better than what going to show you to you. I remember, with those planes that doesn't get the radar, those ones that look like a bat, okay? Or when that happened, the radar doesn't. If you could see those ones in the news, they already have better things already. But that's kind of thing. It's always new. And we are kind of getting in the way that we want new things, new things, new things. And it doesn't matter what happened before, we turn to new stuff, new stuff, new stuff. And in some way, if God, okay, they say, God says, I'm doing new things. And if we are the image of Him, we also do new things. Okay? We also, we represent, we are an image of Him, so we also do new things. And that's okay that you want new things. But sometimes we are more, pay more attention to the new things instead of doing the things He already talked to you. In Acts 17:21 says, for all the Athenians and the foreigners who were there spent their time in nothing else but either to tell or to hear some new things. So what they doing? They always want new stuff, okay? So they get together to use new stuff. And when you use new stuff, you put information in your brain, okay? Oh, new stuff, new stuff. Sometimes we do the same thing with the Lord. We go on over there and then we read and then, we have more information. We have more information. But the book, the Bible, wants us not to get just information, but it wants transformation. Okay? Information, yes, you want to get, but it means that you apply this information to be transformation in your life. But what happened? We get more information, we get information here, we get information that, okay, we get it, and more and more and more over here. When I was living in Cabo San Lucas for a while, and I was Christian, but I was a new Christian. Didn't join, well, before I joined YWAM. It's a few months that I was there. And then I want to buy, and I just a new Christian. So I was with my first love, trying to talk to everyone about the love of Christ. And I want my dad to become a Christian in that time. So then I went to a Christian store for a Bible, and a Bible with the big letters, okay? Now those one I need. But I bring those with the big letters for my dad to read. My dad in that time wasn't a Christian. So I was talking to him about God and God and God, all the time. And then I want to buy a Bible to him. When I arrived to this Christian store, the person, told me, "Oh, you have a church." "Oh no, I just arriving." Nah, I was a few months already. I didn't looking for a church. Okay. "Oh no, I just arriving." Okay. "Well, you need to looking for a new church, because it's the way that you learn about the Lord." He said, "Yeah, I know. I know here." Okay. And they say, "Yes, because when we are not congregate, we say, yeah, I know. Over here." And whatever she says to me, I say, "I know." When we say "I know," it's because we think we hear that before, so we say we know. But the main point here is not to say "I know." When you say "I know" in the Bible means I know and I put it in practice. This person said to me, "Can I tell you something?" I say, "Yes." Say, "You have a lot of pride in your heart." Like, "What? I come over here to buy you a I come over here to buy you a Bible and you insult me? I don't want to buy anything to you." But then when I was walking, to the place that I live, then, God is talking to me. And that was true. That I think I know things in my brain, but it doesn't mean that I put apply in my heart. So when we go to the Lord and we say, "What do you say to me, Lord?" Okay? Am I already put in practice this? Or you're looking for the new things. What is the new things? What are the new things? Okay. "Oh, I feel better. Oh, thank you for you say new things. No. He give you new things so you could move on. And then later give you new things and move on. And new things and move on in doing His will. But sometimes we're kind of thinking that new things, new information, "Oh, yeah, I know that. I know. Say, "Yeah, put it in practice." So what does the people in Athens, they want to hear stuff. "Oh, Oh, that's good. That's good. It doesn't mean they want to apply that. It just means that they want to feel it, in the brain. That's why Paul says, I don't want to do anything over here. And he went from Athens, to Corinth, and then put churches over there. Because they know here, no, it's not like that. When Isaiah, talk about the hope that they could have, the city of Jerusalem is here, around here, okay? And Babylon is over here, okay? Babylon. So they normally go like this, okay, and come over here. And this river is the Euphrates, okay? Euphrates, okay? Euphrates, okay? And maybe they walk, I don't know, but maybe they walk from here because the river was there, okay? If they need water, to walk around. Because it's, going from here to here is faster, but for sure, for some reason, you're doing this way, okay? So it's around 750 miles, the distance. And imagine them when they were in exile and thinking, that's, we waiting, we was 70 years in Babylon. So waiting and thinking another year, we disappointed. And disappointed another year, and disappointed another year, and disappointed another year. So by the time the 70 years, they're like, many of them already died. Nothing going to happen. So that's not going to happen. So they start believing in God because of that reason. Say, that's not going to happen. So also, happen to us. We ask, things and it doesn't happen. And we ask again, it doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. But then God says, forget the former things. They say, don't get used to the place that you are. Don't get used to it. Don't get disappointed all that. And you'll get disappointed because of the place that you are. Don't do it again. Okay? They says that, see, I'm doing a new things, okay? I want to do a new stuff, okay? Easy. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? It's coming. It's coming. It says, I make it a way in the wilderness and a stream in the wasteland. Imagine they, being already 70 years over there, saying, like, well, we don't know if there's a way to go back, to the place that we live. I don't know how you want to go this place or something. And maybe, when they say that those streams on the wasteland, okay, maybe say, I could give you water when you was walking. I provide these things. And I could do a new way to arrive into your place. When I say it's ready, I want to make a new path, okay? A new way in the wilderness, in the place that you don't see. I could do a new stuff. The only thing that I want from you is to believe. I want you to understand that I'm doing new things and I could do things where it's not there. So he says to you, even though you were discouraged maybe in a few stuff, I want to let you know that I have better things for you. And we could apply these things, in the thing that we're doing right now. It's making a new things is make it a radical change, a transformation. When I say that when you read the Bible and you get more information, they say, no, we need to put it over here. When you put it in action, then it's a transformation. There's a transaction, okay? Transaction is when you work 8 hours, then you're waiting for the payment that the work that you do. You put time and effort, and they give you money. This is transaction, okay? Or when you wanna have dollars or pesos, and you wanna do a transaction. Transaction means what you have, and you get another things. When it's transformation, the Bible is not transaction. It's transformation. It means it doesn't get, I read it. Because I read it, everything's going to be okay. I know everything? No, it's how much do we apply. We are agree in many things over here in the theory. The problem that we have is the practice. The practice is when we apply the thing that God is showing us. So Transformation says a new things as radical change, transformation, creation that God bring new things, okay? News that is deliverance, of God in our life. We could have this analogy in the things that we want to have in this new year, okay? Imagine you go to your house and maybe tomorrow or Tuesday before you spend a time and think about and talk to God to see what you doing, this time in this year. The up and downs, what the things that I worry, things that you've been there, things that you didn't do the way that I think. And then talk to Him and waiting for what He has for you for this new year. It's the new start that we could get. How much our faith could grow. In this coming year, you will have new mercies. You will have new grace. You have new blessings. But also, you have new responsibilities. You have new challenges. That's come together, okay? That He wants us to bless us, to put grace on us, to have mercy on us. But also, He wants us to put in practice and do His will. And when we're doing His will, and we're trying to be transformed at the time that we're trying to do it, is when when you go back and you see how much you grow. And then when I talking to you about faith, it's like that. In the beginning, I have that much faith. I say, God's going to provide for me for this. But I don't think He's going to provide for this thing. My faith, it wasn't good enough. And I have my faith right now, okay? But that could grow. I still have a time, for growing, okay? I don't think, that's going to happen. I don't think this is going to, appear in my life. I have also those kind of stuff. It's not only you, but also me trying to getting the challenges that God give it to us to our faith could grow little and little. Revelations 21:5. You're thinking that us only do new things, in the past, but also have new things in the future, okay? Revelation 21:5 say, He who was sealed on the throne says, I am making everything new. Then He says, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. Over here is John. John is writing the Revelation. And in this end, the 21, it's talking about the New Jerusalem, the new earth, the new heaven, the new earth, the new Jerusalem. So I imagine that maybe John, was writing, and when he trying to imagine, like I was amazed, all these things, wow. And then God said to him, they said, write this down. Okay. So I need to continue to write it down. Because what He says, because these words are trustworthy and true. I imagine, that maybe John was amazed with the thing that he's writing, and then kind of do a pause or something like that. Hey, write down, keep writing, the thing that I want you to write, because these words are trustworthy and true. So the thing that God wants to talk to us is the same way that in the past I had new things, I do new things. In the future, I want to do new things too. And in the present, I'm doing new things. It's something that is in me, He says. God so loved new things that in Leviticus, God asked for new grain offering. In Numbers, God gave Israel a new wine and new grain. In Psalms, God told us that He loved a new song. Isaiah, God declared a new things for His people. Lamentation, God's mercies are new every morning. Ezekiel, God give us a new heart and a new spirit. Matthew, Jesus looks for the new white skins. In John, Jesus gave a new commandment. 2 Corinthians, God make us a new creation and promises to make all things new. Revelations, God promised a new Jerusalem. And God even made sure that Jesus was buried in a brand new tomb. The things that God wants to do with us is always new. When you think when you think you already know God, and you're thinking, oh, I know the relationship, I know what he's gonna do, he's gonna switch. He's gonna switch. When you're thinking like, oh, I know him, I know how he's doing with me, I know him, I know who he's gonna act in and who he's not. He is gonna change the path. He's gonna switch the stuff. He do it with me. That's when I was thinking that he's gonna do some ways, or I think I understand. He switch, and he switch. And the relation that we have with the Lord is never boring because it's always switching. It's always something new. It's always, and I think, and my perspective is, God have a lot of sense of humor. God have a lot of sense of humor. The way that when you're thinking you already know him, is when they say, no, you don't want to box me. You want to put me in this box thinking that you know everything. No, I want to surprise you. And he surprised you. So looking for that thing, you think already know, well, I've been many years, as a Christian, so God is like that. Talk to him. Go with him. He will surprise you. So for this new year, okay, make a space tomorrow or Tuesday. Make a space and see what happened in your life, this year. And ask him what he has for you this time. And if you think you already know, ask him to surprise you in a good way. To surprise you in a good way. That he could do new things in the relation that you have with you. It doesn't matter what the level of the relation that you have with him, he could always surprise you, and you could grow in that. And when you grow in the relation that you have with him, you grow in faith. You grow to believing more in him. In that time, when I was just started as a Christian, I maybe also materialistic. I was thinking more in the finances that I earned before I start working for him, and that's why the shoes was a big deal for me. And he take care of me. But he said to me, it's not going to be like that. It never happened like that before. After that, nobody's going to dream about me, with bad shoes, okay, to Jordan shoes. No, only that happened that time. And for me, it was enough, okay, to know that he cares. So looking for those things, and those things are like a revelation, for us. If those things is when God, appeared and say like, maybe for others it's a coincidence, but for me, oh no. This is God. This is the relation that I have with him. So work in that. Invite him to be part of that, okay? To be part of the revelation they have for you. How can we embrace these new things, okay, that God has for us? Number one, releasing the failures and successes of the past year. Choosing not to dwell on them, okay? Whatever happened before, maybe it doesn't happen the way that you think. So forget about that and thinking like I want to be living that in the future. Openly seek God's guidance and being sensitive to the new things he is doing in our life. What is the thing that God doing in your life? In the phase, in the age that you have, in the faith that you're, how God is involved in this? How do you think God is involved in yourself? In your family, in the people around you. How? Talk to him about it. Engaging in prayers and reflections to discern these new things. Pray to God and be honest with them. Look, I don't know what you have for me. I was thinking that it's going to be another year like that, trying to survive, trying to be okay for the next, the 2026, okay? You're surviving mode. I'm surviving mode. You say, no, don't be like that. Think about engaging in prayer and reflection to discern those new things that God has for you. And number 4, embracing change with hope, knowing that God's plans are for our good. This is a really common verses in the Bible, Jeremiah 29:11, that maybe you already have, maybe some of you already have in the walls in your house. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plan to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope and future." When he said that, it is mean to. Okay? He did not only say it, so you could feel better. It's okay. But even though the challenges that we have and we wanna have, this next year, everything is for our own good. We need to understand that He's doing all these things for our own good. Maybe we understand 100% what it is. But we need to believe that whatever He's doing, and we do trying to do His will, and the things that are happening is not in the way that, sorry, in the way that we expected, it's for a reason. He understands, He knows you, and He wants you to keep growing in your faith, growing in the relation that you have with Him, trying to understand the way that He communicates with you and the relations that He has with you. He wants you to, whatever happened, that's okay. Leave it there. What is next? How can I be closer to you? How can I understand more about what you have? And invite Him. Invite Him in your life. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, as we stand in this new year, we thank You for all the promises of new things You have for us. Help us to release the past, to open our heart for the new stuff that You have for us. May we see Your hand in guiding us of all the challenges, for all the experience that we want to have this year. Please be with us and transform us when You get a revelation of us to us, and we understand the things and say, okay, let's work on it. And they could, and we could know more about You. Bless this time, bless this new year in us, and we could be transformed daily in Your image. Bless this congregation and do Your will. Do Your will in each person, in each family, in each person who come for visiting. For everyone, do Your will. Bless this congregation in the name of Jesus. Amen. Can you please stand for the benediction? As you step into this new year with hope, may you find joy and pure delight. May this year be filled with the will of Jesus in your life. Amen.